Hi YouTube. I'm really glamorous all the time. Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks again for checking out my channel. I just wanted to say that I am feeling much better than I was last week. I was in such a funk last week. I think I'd let myself get overtired and overstressed, so I gave myself the weekend to kind of mong and not do a lot, and then this week I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling more positive. Today I thought I'd take you through some meal prepping, because one of the main things that I hear from my clients is that they don't have time to prep food. And honestly, I don't see this as an excuse. I'm not saying that you have to prep food, but if you are wanting to change the way you look and the way you feel for the better, and you don't have time or access to healthy food on hand, then you're gonna have to prepare it. And it literally takes 2 seconds. I'm pretty hungry. I haven't only just had my breakfast. I had my breakfast at about 8 AM this morning, and it's now, I think, coming up to 1 o'clock, if not past. So I'm gonna cook up some turkey and cook up some rice. I'll take you over to my kitchen. Again, apologies for the lighting in my flat, guys. It's so dark. The windows are at the other end to the kitchen. Does anyone else have to eat whilst they're preparing food because they're hungry and they're impatient? Shake. Just knocked over the rice. We good. Just snacking on some snap pea rice sticks. I think it was Ellie Darby who said these were pretty tasty, so I saw them in the shops and I was like, why not? 2 for £2. Macros for a 21-gram serving is 96 calories, 4.2 fat, 11.8 carbs, 3.8 protein, and 2.4 fiber. I'm going to show you how I cook my, well, I've been loving turkey at the moment because I've had so much chicken. I thought I'd switch it up, and the turkey tastes it's a lot less dry. So I have here some British turkey. Oh, please focus. British. You got that right. That's what I've got there. And I've got some basmati rice. If you're wanting to be more healthy, or if you are dieting and therefore in a deficit, then I would go for some brown rice. It's higher in fiber, so it'll keep you fuller for longer. But because I am bulking, I find it much easier to eat large quantities of this. First, you will need a pan. Take the rice, pour the rice into the pan. Put some water in the pan. I'll just show you what I've done, just in case you missed it, because it is quite hard. Many people can't do this for 5 seconds on an evening. Excuse my sarcasm. So there is the rice. I am now going to turn the hob on to the highest setting. Not a pro rice chef. My rice, I actually like it sticky and clumped together and slightly overcooked. So if you like yours different, then maybe cook it in a slightly different way. And now, onto the turkey. I just don't understand how people can't give up, even like, and there are even easier ways of doing this. Like, you know, 10 minutes to making food that you can just grab and go in the morning. So, I have the turkey, I'm just stabbing it, sorry that you can't see what I'm doing, but my kitchen isn't big enough. I open the packet like so. You give the packet to the dog for his pleasure. Speak. Good boy. Often people tend to cook their meat and it tastes really dry, especially white meats like chicken or turkey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it on a lower heat. So I've got it on heat setting 3. I hiccup that a lot. It's not necessarily a hiccup that people make, but if they like to cook it their food in olive oil, because olive oil is healthy, which it is, but once olive oil gets past a certain temperature, the good fats from it turn into trans fats, which are classed as bad. So I would advise, if you did want to cook your meats in oil, I'd go for coconut oil, because that is the only fat that when it's cooked it doesn't turn into trans fats. And you can't taste the coconut if you don't like coconut. But if you're wanting to save on your calories, your fat calories, what I do is I cook it in a little bit of water, because that just evaporates off. So I get a Tupperware, I put some water, not a lot of water, just that much water, and I pour it in the pan. For flavour, my favourite seasonings at the moment are this Italian seasoning, pour it in there, chili and garlic seasoning, put simply, don't mind me, oh god that looks so bad, doesn't it? Guys, I'm just using this, I'm not god, you're such sickos, dirty-minded. When I'm up in New York, I'll have my mum's kitchen, I'm sure she'll love me using that. So that's the turkey in the pan, so it's got a little bit of water on it, and then I've seasoned it with the herbs and the chili and garlic. And now the rice is cooking, I'm gonna turn it down to 3. That is the prep. Now I just stir. If you don't have time to supervise your food, what you could do is put your turkey into either a crock pot, a slow cooker, they're great for meal prepping. Am I focused? Oh yeah, they're great for meal prepping, or you could put it in a tray and bake it. If I was doing chicken breast, I'd use my George Foreman grill, or I'd bake it. You don't really have to supervise the oven, you just set it on a timer. Potatoes are my other preferred carb source, I really like them with raw olive oil. There are a few I baked earlier, so I'll literally shove a kilo of these in the oven for an hour, and then they're done and I can just pick them up. Don't mind me, I'm just holding some potatoes. And I can just pick them up, chop them up, and put them in my meals. My suggestions for vegetables would be to either buy stuff that you don't have to cook, so you can just chuck in your Tupperware the night before or whatever. So I would use like spinach, tomatoes, cucumber, or you could chop up a load of vegetables, shove it in the oven for maybe 45 minutes, maybe not an hour, and then they're ready. It's literally no effort. Like I've said previously, don't be afraid to season your food. You don't want to be eating something that you're not enjoying, because then you're not gonna carry on eating in that way. So make sure your food is tasty and you enjoy it. I'd highly recommend investing in some Tupperware if you don't already. It's super, super handy, especially for storing pre-prepped food in your fridge. This is my most hated cupboard. I'm sure you have one at home. I call it the avalanche cupboard. That is literally it, guys. I know it's not the most aesthetic looking thing, but remember that you can season your food to your tasting and your preferences. You can get creative with it, but it is easy and you have no excuse.